So we're having a big push with fencing. We've had the posts in stock for a very long time, and we actually spoke to the farmer next door. The trouble is we don't have a post knocker, and we keep toying with the idea whether to buy a cheap one. Mitch keeps doing, sections by hand, and we spoke to the farmer next door, and he told us to speak to his boss to see about using the machine that goes on the tractor to push the posts in, and I did that this morning and he's okay for that. So luckily we've been lining up, preparing the posts, because basically it could come any time. So yeah, the weather's good, chilly but not windy or anything, not icy. Ground is absolutely perfect for posts. So Mitch has just gone up with the quad and the post. I'm just going to go on the electric bike because now we're quite far along, so take me a long time to walk up there, and there's no room for me on the quad because of all the posts. So I'm just going to jump on the electric bike and meet him up there.
Why don't you ride a bike? Love, la la la. Why don't you ride a bike anymore? Why don't you ride a bike? Love, la la la. Why don't you ride a bike anymore? Why don't you let in the sun? Why don't you go for a walk? Why don't you look at the garden? Why don't you smile anymore?
Yesterday we did these posts. We had to go round. There's a boulder in the ground here, but we're going to turn that into a cross-country obstacle as well. Really exciting. So much work to do, but it is motivational when you start to see improvements. Because I was like, told the farmer, ready whenever you are. So now we need to make sure that we're definitely ready, because I have no idea how many posts we get pushed in a day. I told him I want him for the whole day. So
corner.
Right. So the horses have been here for 3 years. We've never used any of this land. Never used hardly any of our land, full stop. 23 hectares is a hell of a lot when you're starting from scratch with fencing. So we just do bit by bit. Don't forget the fence is on. So the track that Mitch is walking down now will be fenced to his left, but we have to have this track in place to get to this point here, because all of that land will become multiple fields, and therefore we need access to them from the track without having to go through a field to get the horses out. So we're bringing the track all the way down to this point, which gives us access here, and also access from the track when we eventually decide how we're going to split it. I think it's going to be split into at least 4 parcels, so probably 2 gates off this track here, and then 2 gates sort of here and here. But we'll just have to see how it pans out. For the moment, we're just trying to get the exterior done so that it's usable. We can eat it down top it, and then start to see how we want to put the parcels into place. So Mitch has just walked down to measure out the distance that he put his original corner post in down there, which I haven't got my glasses on, I can hardly even see, to get this one matching, so then we can try and get our track as straight as possible. Alright, so my job is to pace out between the posts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I have to hold my bar.
Right, back to you. Like to where your toes are.
So that Mitch can line it up. So he's gone from the first big post to that big post. And now lining balls.
No.
Yeah, but I didn't think they like tried to bury themselves.
Go the root.
Yeah, do you want to take the post? And then Mitch makes a hole with his iron bar. Put the post in, ready for the farmer to come and push it down. And then we just repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Towards you.
And so on and so forth. Until everywhere's the same. Right, so now I'm back at the beginning. So this is the corner that started everything off. All prepped, ready for concrete to go in here. Looks like a children's, I was going to say climbing frame, but it looks more like a teepee or something. Mitch has just been to top up with posts, and Porsche and Lint are going crazy in the field. Any excuse to be silly at the moment. Well, they're not scared of the quad, and they're not scared of the electric bike, but this morning they were doing this when I was biking as well. They're silly. So, more posts, and we're good to carry on. How's he going? Oh, even the cat's out. Scared her. She's off. So we've made it down to no man's land. See behind me now, the wilderness. So when I say I'm down in no man's land, this is what it looks like. So prior to us buying the farm, it was a cow farm. And about 10 years before we bought it, the cows had finished and he just kept a few sheep, but not on these fields. So you can see the state of the grass. So this is what we're up against on most of the land, but obviously with the horses eating it, topping it, harrowing it, and repeating that throughout the seasons, it has helped them. But you can see the dead where the grass has fallen over, where it's grown and fallen over and been blown over because it's so windy here. All these mounds. So it's really and brambles. It's really exciting to think that, you know, within a few months this huge area is going to give us so much space, and it's just going to be ace to see a huge chunk get tidied up. Hi guys, so carrying on with fencing today. I haven't had the camera out because it's a bit of a wet, damp, sort of miserable day. It's not raining heavy, but it's definitely one of those fine rain kind of days. I've just been filling the kangaroo up. When we first started fencing, we hired a mini digger with a a borer on the front, and you know, we dug out and marked out and dug out holes for the posts, and then we used to get the posts in as far as we could, and then pack the holes with very fine sort of kitty litter gravel, and make sure we tamper it all down and make it as solid as we could, and then it sort of solidifies by itself, but didn't really go as solid as we quite would have liked. So we've sort of changed our technique. Sorry, so it keeps flapping on the fence over there, it keeps catching my attention. We've changed our technique, and that's why Mitch has been whacking the posts in himself, and now we're preparing for the farmer to come and push them all in. But the massive holes that we bored out originally, we don't want to use, and obviously they're a hazard to the horses and human feet and ankles. So as we take the posts out of the holes that we bored, we're filling them in so that we don't have to try and re-find them again, trying to be efficient for once in our lives, and doing the job correctly. So I've just filled this up. Mitch has just gone back with posts, and I'll drive up there and show you what I mean about these holes. So this is one of the old holes that was originally bored out with a non-spiked post in it. So we're not using these holes, and we're not using these posts. Six shovel loads in each hole. Yep.
Hi guys.
Hi guys. So it's the 23rd of December today. Sun's shining, but it's cold. And we're just heading out. Well, we're heading out now to feed the horses, but then we're going to be heading out to do the final day of can't speak. What we're doing?
Like the preparation for the fencing for the fields. We're putting all of the, well, not we're putting them in, but we're making sure that they're all in line and like making a little hole, then bashing them in. But then they need post knockering in after. Yeah, today we're doing a third field, and also what's annoying is like a couple years ago, we did big holes with the digger, and they're all wrong. So we also have to fill them in, so we wasted loads of time then doing it, and we have to put new ones in.
Right, well, the holes aren't wrong, we've just changed the technique for fencing. So yeah, it's a little bit soul destroying, filling in holes that cost us money to dig out in the first place, but never mind. Right, let's go. Yeah?
Yeah.
So basically you couldn't really make it up. The farmer turned up before 8 o'clock this morning while it was still pitch black, and brought his the digger with the hydraulic attachment to knock the posts in, unloaded it all, attached it in the dark in a pouring rain, and it wouldn't work. So we've now been out in the pouring rain for probably an hour, still not working, and I think we're waiting for a friend, but I think that translates to an electrician that he knows, because I think they've deduced that there's something wrong with the electric circuit. It's not going onto the right program for tapping the posts in. So I've just come down to make a cup of tea, crossing everything in the hope that I can get it working and it's not all a waste of time, and that the farmer won't be annoyed and then he won't come back, and you know, it's just it's just how it is, but it can be so frustrated at times. So I just went in to make a cup of tea. Not only is it working, they're like 3/4 of the way, no, halfway around the field. So now by the time I get there, my cup of tea and coffee would probably be good. Good job I put them in a flask. Roxy should just glamorous assistant. Roxy, what are you? Just a glamorous assistant? Flying round. So now we're just going up to the post that we put in to divide the fields. So we were like thinking that today if we could just get the outside of the field done, then that would be amazing. And we're worried about the divisions another day. But don't think you see, well, it's possibly about 10 o'clock. We're flying along, well, they're flying along. So we're now doing the ones that split the field. Bit of a grey, miserable day, but just about to see the posts. Taking that funny time of year, well, it's not really that funny time of year anymore, you know, that funny period between Christmas and New Year. But it is actually New Year, so no excuses really. But just had a bit of a random lunch of heart-baked baguette and a fried egg. That was our quick and easy lunch. So Granny shoved the baguettes in the oven for us. Went in, fried an egg, fried a few eggs for me and Mitch. Scrambled a few eggs for Roxy and Lexi. Now we just put, well, Roxy's into outfit number 3. I'm back into coat number 1 because it's dried out since this morning. They've just gone back down the field with more posts. I'm just walking down as always, and hopefully get the rest of the posts lined up before the farmer comes back after his lunch, which I'm sure was more exciting than heart-baked baguette and egg. So looking good. We've been quickly putting in the posts on the left and the right, as Mitch figured that was the quickest way to use the trucks to use the posts up, and the farmer can just go left to right, down one side, back up the other side, I guess, and make the most out of the machine whilst it's here. We Mitch thought it would take a whole day. Never expected it to be that quick. I didn't think it would take the day, but certainly didn't expect it to take an hour. So the farmer's very kindly gone to do something else, have his lunch, and come back this afternoon to push the last of our posts in. And then we'll need to buy some more for next year, but next year. Need to buy some more later this year. So all exciting stuff. Pretty cold now as well as wet, but keep moving, keep warm. It's all good. And we look forward to showing you the day that these new fields become finished with horses in. I'm back to work now. We've actually managed to lay out the posts for a whole nother field. So by the end of today we will have put the posts in for 4 fields. So just after lunchtime today, we had 3 parcels arrive with our new fencing materials in. I set out at 3 o'clock to go and get Lexi. I was out for about an hour and a half because we did a little bit of shopping. I've come home and Mitch has, well, just before I went out we agreed on the height of the 3 rows. And so Mitch has done all the way along there. And all the way along the roadside. And he's currently there. So he's working very quickly. He did tell me it wouldn't take long. It was just a case of putting the isolators on and putting the rope through, but he wasn't wrong. So making super fast progress. So for the new fencing we've decided to do 3 strands. This is the first time that we will have used only the electric rope and not the electric tape. And normally, as you can see in the background, we have 2 rows of tape and 1 row of rope. But we have decided to stop using the tape. It's just not strong enough for the sort of extreme weather conditions that we get here at the farm, because we're so exposed. Hence all the windmills. Where are my windmills? Oh, not my windmills. Like Mitch said the other day, Never buy a farm where there's windmills. So yes, so we're using rope instead of tape, and we have decided to do 3 strips because we do have ponies and horses, and we decided that if you lose one, when you've only got 2, if you lose one, then you can lose the horse over the top, or if you lose the bottom one, you can lose a pony underneath. So we've decided that with 3, if one breaks, then hopefully we don't lose a horse or a pony. Better go and rescue Lexi. Did a good job. Is that your new technique?
Again?
Is that a new technique?
No, I just like it.
Oh, that's good. Good. Ponies are all eating. Sun's going down. We have actually had some sunshine today, which has been nice. But it's chilly now. But it's rather it be chilly and dry than all the rain that we've just had over the last few days, and definitely all the wind. Do you want me to do the last pile? Do you want me to do the last pile?
No, it should be okay.
We caught up with Mitch just as he was using the last bit of rope on the reel. So when we rope the next field, we will do a full video to show you exactly how he went about this process and how he managed it so quickly.
Please. Trust.